kickoff team out there. We're ready to rumble for this college football playoff game. And the fair catch signaled for and taken. Line getting set up. It's a first down play. And the back now goes in motion. They're going to run it. Moves the ball up to the 30.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. You get him down at the 41, but it's good enough for a first down.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what. They have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes him block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
And at first down, they go right back to him. And he'll be smothered right at the line for no gain.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
Here's the second down play. The back's got it. Zero running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
Now from the 40, the offense faces a third and long to keep this drive going. Dropping back, we're going to throw for the first down. Lets it go as he's being hit. And the pass is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time. Finally able to take him down, but that's a great return after the pick.
Nice job by this defense jumping on that football to come up with the interception. And not exactly how this quarterback envisioned this game starting. His very first throw of the game, he puts into traffic, and he costs his team in a big way.
First down here for this offense. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Powering through. They bring him down, but the gain moves the ball into enemy territory at the 43.
Here early in the game, the defense right away realizes what they're up against. Having an opportunity to move this receiver around to give him a chance to get out in space are the plays that can really cause a defensive coordinator headaches.
There's the handoff. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
The defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. That's reeled in. It's Baker. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
You know, Chris, you think about it, efficiency has always kind of been the description of a great Alabama quarterback. Man, think about the playmakers that they've had over the last few years at this position. Jalen, Tua, Bryce Young recently. Just a different level of quarterback play and really gives this offense an edge to it.
An inside give now from the shotgun. And brought down at the line with that big defensive tackle.
Just great job by this defense defending this RPO. They sat back and then they overcommitted to stop the run game, and it works out.
Second down play coming up for this offense. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. He's escaping the pocket now. Quarterback gets down to avoid the tackle.
Man, nothing is more aggravating for a defensive coordinator than this right here. You've got him. You've got a chance to make a play on him, take him out of his rhythm, but instead, this guy gets away from that pressure, tucks it, and picks up some big yards.
Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
And they convert here on third down in the red zone. This is a 4-point type of play, touchdown or field goal. Off the RPO, caught to the right. The defense swarms to make a tackle for loss on that third down catch.
Good job here by the defense on third down. Forget about throwing downfield. They go short, and they make them pay for it with a loss of yardage.
Who missed it? Field goal, no good. With that miss, no change in the score.
Now that's going to go down as an empty possession for this offense. No points as he's off target. And now you can see he's hanging his head. Poor kicker.
And the Colorado offense is back out on the field. This offense trying to bounce back the last possession and then in a pick. And they hand it off to the back. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. They go backwards on first down, so it's second and long from the 19. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Eludes the rush. Finds room at the 30. And the senior calls his own number. Keeps this drive moving.
These are the kind of plays that keep defensive coordinators up at night. You spend so much time putting your plan together to stop the pass, and then nobody accounts for the quarterback on the run.
First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. He's moving out of the pocket now. Testing the defense with a throw downfield. Oh, the deep ball caught at the 25.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. Let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big game.
The Buffaloes getting set on 1st and 10. Handoff here from the shotgun. And just a short gain this time. They're able to get him down.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain. We begin the quarter with a crucial play, offense setting up for this third down. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. Tackle, but forced down.
Boy, when you get down into the red zone, one thing we know about quarterbacks in the passing game is the windows are tight. Love to see this offense here picking up some positive yards down in this tight area by getting the ball to a playmaker and letting him do his thing.
The Buffaloes will line up here on first down and goal. The quarterback keeps it on the option. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. Ball back at the 10-yard line now for second and goal. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And they're able to get him down.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
Great job by the defense so far. It's third and goal from a long way out. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. He's got it near the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Oh, just outstanding execution here by this offense. The offensive line gives the quarterback time, and the quarterback's anticipation was on point. Puts that ball right in the money. The receiver, all he had to do was turn and catch the ball for that touchdown.
And he knocks the PAT right down the middle. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. Bringing it out, it's Matthews. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. So here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. They need something out of this possession. The last time they settled for a field goal attempt, but then they missed it.
Well, another short game for this offense on the ground, and you've got to give a lot of credit to the defense. They have really negated that aspect of this offense the entire first half and really making them one-dimensional. And if that doesn't change, I don't know how they get back into this game.
The quarterback looks to his right and finds his man. Tackle made after a solid gain. They'll spot the ball at the 34.
These undersized slot receivers can be some of the toughest guys to contain for a defense. They're quicker than they really are fast, and they're very elusive, tough to contain in these one-on-one matchups.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Looking for a deep completion. This one is broken up and falls incomplete.
It has been a tough first half in this playoff game for this offense. They cannot get anything going through the air. Not only are they down the scoreboard, but there's really nothing to build around as we get ready to go into the second half.
Offense lines up for a second down play off the incompletion. Quarterback making adjustments down to what the defense is showing. Trying to create outside the pocket now. And he heads out of bounds after a nice pickup on the run.
I love that this guy's not willing to just give up on plays. You know, he's got enough athletic ability to give you some positive yards in the run game, and he's able to do that right here.
Offense are going to keep the drive going here. 3rd and short now from the 44. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. Brought down at the 46, good enough for a first down.
It's a good job here by this offensive line and the running back. Listen, these guys have really had a lot to do with why they're in this playoff game, right? So give it to the offensive line in the back. Get the first down on this 3rd and short. See what you can do from here.
On the shotgun, it's a handoff. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Going to try to use his legs here. They bring him down to the 25. They're moving closer and closer to the red zone.
Boy, this guy can do it all. We know what he can do with his arm, but when things aren't there, does a good job of pulling it down, knowing where the first down marker is, picking up the first down.
Alabama getting set for the 1st and 10 now. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the 2nd and 3rd-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Important 2nd down play coming up. They'll switch it up here, looking to throw. Grab down the middle. It's Matthews. They bring him down, but the game sets up the offense 1st and goal from the 10.
Great execution here by this offense against zone coverage with a curl route. Hit that last step in your drop. You see where you want to go with it. Put it right on his shoulder for a first down.
First down here. Time for one more play before the clock stops for the 2-minute warning. So we reach the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to take the lead here before halftime. First and goal. Can the offense punch it in and tie the score before the half? And on the carry, he's heading left. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
So the ball moved back to the 12 for 2nd and goal. Receiver in motion now. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Ball carrier wrapped up and brought down.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces the defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense that they better defend this style of play moving forward.
The defense stops him there on the scramble, close to the goal line, but not in.
Oh, my gosh, Chris. I thought he was going to be able to find a way to get to the end zone. He is such a threat when he takes off. He pulls that ball down and tries to get to the end zone on these scrambles, but the defense just keeps him out of the goal line.
Big play for both teams. Can the offense punch it in? 4th and goal from the 2. And he drops back in the gun. And it's intercepted right near the goal line. Not much on the return, but they create the turnover.
When you get this close to the end zone, you've got to be able to come away with points, at the very least a field goal. They got to be scratching their heads and hoping that in the second half, this play right here doesn't come back to bite them.
Takes the handoff. It's Welch. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. And a timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What's an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well do you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
And they stop him short. He avoids the safety, but it won't help much with breathing room down there. And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit. Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? They'll stop him on a small gain here. Tried to run for it on 3rd and long and came up well short. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here. And the Buffaloes will line up to punt it away. Just able to get it away. Oh, and he's got some space here. And the returner steps out. They'll mark the football right there. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. Well, it's been an entertaining first half. Not much time remaining to cut into this lead. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Empty set now, 5 wide. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Rifles this football to the left. The catch is made inside the 10. They stop him at the 4, but it sets up this offense with a 1st and goal. 1st down and goal. The defense force a field goal and keep the lead at halftime. As a design quarterback keeper. Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, tie.
Boy, how exciting has this first half been? We get a touchdown here. They're an extra point away from tying this game up. A lot of great action here.
And the point after is right down the middle. And with that extra point, we're all tied up now in the second quarter. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. And he'll take off from deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. He's going to take off here. It's a solid gain. Moves the ball out to the 28. So a timeout is called to talk strategy. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays before halftime. Just time enough for 1 more play in the half. And looking to throw now on first down. Breaks loose at the 40. They finally make the stop there after a huge gain, but that wraps up the first half. Minute's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. Buffaloes will kick this away to start the second half. Looks like he'll try to make a play with the return. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That deep shot is caught for a big gain. Breaks into the clear right down the middle. End zone ahead. Touchdown, Bama. They go in front here in the second half. Aren't you taught on defense, Kirk? Don't let him throw the football over your head. Exactly what happened there.
That makes me really wonder if it was some kind of miscommunication. If I'm the defensive coordinator, I pull my defensive backs over, make sure everybody's on the same page and getting the right call.
The extra point gives them a 14-7 lead. Kickoff team is on the field to move this one away. This one will be fair caught. And here comes the Colorado offense back out on the field. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete.
Well, this defense has been lights out all year long. In fact, it's been one of the best pass defenses in the country. Big reason why they're in this playoff, and they're living up to that standard today.
Incomplete, so it's second down and 10. Motion now from the tight end. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. And it's the senior getting home with the sack.
Well, another great play by an Alabama defensive lineman. And you just think about over the years, probably the last 30 years, going all the way back to John Copeland on that 1992 Alabama defense. Most recently, guys like Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, Quentin Williams. You can always count on Bama having great defensive linemen and difference makers.
So a tricky situation here. Third and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know, this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. He's running out of time here. And they've got him again. That ferocious pass rush. Back-to-back sacks.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game. And another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
Gets the kick away from his own end zone. And the returner brought down by the coverage team now. Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. There was a one-play touchdown drive through the air last time. The defense makes some adjustments. They'll run it here. It's the running back with the ball.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Short pass finds the tight end. And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or two guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody, and allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
Third down play, looking for a fresh set of downs. Offense looking to throw the ball. Quarterback escapes the pocket. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there. Alabama comes up to the line quickly. And looks like the quarterback's going to run it. Brought down at the 40. That'll be a first down.
It makes sense going for it here. Kind of in that no man's land, depending on how much faith you have in your kicker. And if you don't get it, your opponent still has a ways to go. Now you pick it up and you can go get a touchdown.
Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Nice grab. It's Matthews. Tackle made, but the gain moves the ball to the 30.
You know, plays like this are what Alabama offense is all about. They run the football, and then they're efficient within their passing game. Think about it. They won a couple national championships with Greg McElroy and A.J. McCarron by just being efficient and playing smart at the position and being a great complement to that running game in the defense.
Tackle is made. That's a short gain, well short of the marker.
How about this defense? That is called team pursuit. Swarming to this wide receiver on the screen, not allowing him to get his momentum upfield.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. Makes the first down, but pays a price. Big hit there at the end.
Well, it's a nice job up front by the offensive line. But give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
Alabama has now moved into the red zone. And then first down, right back to the running game. So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And the assault rifle to bring him down quickly. Third down coming up in the red zone. Can they keep the drive going, or they have to settle for 3? Third down play here out of the shotgun. Intercepted in the end zone. And they tackle him right there, but that's a turnover.
Wow, a risky call by the offensive coordinator, playing with the lead in the playoff in the second half, throwing the football. I don't disagree with it, but now you give this defense a chance to create a turnover, and they capitalize here with the pick.
And the Buffalo's offense is back out there on the field. Last time was a quick 3 and out. Can they get a drive going this time? And they'll tackle him for a loss of 5 yards.
Well, I don't think the offensive line gave the back much of a chance at all. Now, give credit to the defense. It was almost like they were anticipating a run and got up close to the line of scrimmage in a hurry.
Backed up here, 2nd and long from the 15. Defense not pressing this time. They'll look to throw it here on 2nd down. Looking for his back. Over the middle and incomplete.
Well, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. You know, whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. And the senior making a disruptive impact play.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
And the returner brought down by the coverage team. So here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. That costly red zone interception the last time out. Let's see if they can recover from that error. The pass rush closing in. And it's incomplete even on a first down throw. He was under some heavy pressure.
I talk to defensive coordinators all over the country, and they're quick to point out the term affecting the quarterback. They kind of almost get offended when you want to talk to them about sacks. Sometimes it's just about getting into his face, affecting his vision. It's exactly what they did right here.
Second down, we're going to throw it. Defense is coming after him. Breaking free at the 35. He's got the first down and more. That's a big hit at the end, but they earn a fresh set of downs.
Well, here's a quarterback that just takes control for himself, picking up some nice yards when nothing else is there. This guy's a real threat.
Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter. Snapping it from the red zone now, looking to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Alabama.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you have to do is get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
With the extra point, the lead is 14. Here's a kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. And here's the return from inside the 5. And they stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. Time for one more play here in the quarter. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Lets it fly to the wideout. There's a wide-open receiver, complete. They finally make the tackle, but that's a huge chunk play to wrap up this third quarter. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. Makes a quick catch. And a big game before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Well, it's a game of matchups. Always has been and it always will be, especially on the perimeter. And the quarterback believes his guy is better than their guy.
Here comes a first down pass attempt. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. They bring him down after a short gain there.
I love what the defense is doing here. Sitting back, giving up some plays underneath, tackling these guys inbounds, and just keep that clock rolling.
Looking to pass here on second down. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. And he just throws it away.
Man, I like this play. And not only is it the right play, throwing it away like that, but given that he had no other option, he just did what he's supposed to do to survive and get ready for this next down.
After the incompletion, they'll face a 3rd and 6. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. The senior tries to take a shot, but overthrows his man.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points, but they could have more. You've got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
So down by multiple possessions here. The offense will try to convert here on 4th down. From the shotgun, drops back. And he'll loft it to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Buffs. So here we go. 4th quarter. Cut into the lead, but still work to do.
Well, I think the cool thing is that they're still battling, and they put themselves at least in a position now to possibly come back and maybe, who knows, win this game. It's going to be up to their defense. They've got to get the ball back to have a chance.
And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Under pressure, just lets it go. This one sails through the back of the end zone and incomplete. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. And it's fielded. Returner trying to make something happen. And he stopped at the 20, tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. First down, looking to throw the football. The pocket breaking down. And it's incomplete on the throwaway. Couldn't find anybody open. Brings up the 2nd down now. Here's the handoff. The sophomore with a strong tackle there.
Chris, at least there's some positive yards there from this run game. It hasn't been pretty today. It's really, to me, kept them out of finding any kind of offensive rhythm. Now, they have the lead, but it's despite this offense not necessarily having their best day.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Caught over the middle. It's Matthews. And look at the speed there. They finally bring him down, but it's a nice game.
And I've really enjoyed watching this guy play all year. And it's been great to see him in person today. Making good decisions, accurate throws, and keeping this offense moving.
From the shotgun, handoff inside. He's stopped, but he gets a first down.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line in the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
This Alabama offense is moving quickly down the field. A pop pass on the jet sweep. And he's brought down, but they went backwards after the completion. Good work by the defense.
Well, that's exactly what defensive coordinators love to see. You've got a quarterback that typically is known for his ability to cover, and here he shows some physical toughness by sticking his nose in there, and he comes up with a nice play in support.
Now it's 2nd down here. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. Receiver makes the grab. They make the tackle, but that's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 34.
Chris, that's another nice pickup through the air. I thought they might be really just out to run the football here with the lead. But instead, they're electing to throw the football. Different routes, quarterbacks in rhythm. Really, it's almost an extension of their passing game.
And that broken tackle will earn him first down yardage.
Good call here by the offense to be able to pick up this first down. And, Chris, it makes you wonder, with under 3 minutes to go in this game and trailing, the defense sitting back in their base, I thought they might be in a little bit more of an aggressive mindset, turning the blitz loose, trying to create some plays to get the football back.
Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 now. And, of course, they'll work the clock here, keep it on the ground. Just trucks through the defender. He'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Took some extra time in the weight room paying off on that play.
What a job shedding tackles, crossing that goal line. And if you're this defense, you've got to focus a bit more on the fundamentals and wrapping up, because poor tackling teams get exposed by running backs like this.
And now the try here for the extra point. An extra point makes the lead 15 here in the final quarter. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. And the Colorado offense is back out on the field. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. Using his legs here. Breaking free at the 35. And they finally make the stop, but that's a huge gain in the scramble. He found some space and just went for it.
This is why I love the quarterbacks that can make things happen. Here you have an opportunity to try to create. Nothing's there. Play breaks down. Instead of just throwing it away, he sits back.
Oh, a sack. The senior on this defense making a big play.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
See if they can overcome the sack. Second and very long. And he'll set up to throw. That's the 2-minute warning here. This offense desperate to cut into this lead and then try to get the football back. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up third down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains off that incompletion. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Looking to scramble. And he'll step out of bounds after a solid gain on that run.
Chris, the advantage there obviously was with the defense on third down and long. And they do a good job at taking away things downfield, but, man, you got to account for the quarterback taking off and running. Nobody does, so he gets big yards, and now he gives the offense a chance here on fourth down.
Down late, they'll keep the offense on the field trying to chip away at this lead. And he's throwing for it on fourth down. Makes a quick grab. He did not get it. A crucial play by this defense. What a fourth down stop.
Well, down late in this football game by more than a possession, they obviously had to go for this. They just couldn't come up with the execution.
Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. This group has been clicking. It really built momentum. And the defense make adjustments. Come up with a stop here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Running out of time in the pocket. Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Use the running game to chew on this clock now. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
How about the timing here by the defense to shoot that gap? As an offensive lineman, you have to anticipate that, close that gap off. Otherwise, it's going to be a long day.
Crucial third down play coming up. Quarterback pre-snap adjustment snap for this defense. Looking to throw it on third and very long. And he throws his third interception of the day. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
That's the last thing that you could afford to do. Working with the lead in the fourth quarter, I thought it'd be easy throws, high percentage throws, run the football, keep that clock moving. Now you've given your opponent a chance to get back into this game.
And the Colorado offense is back out on the field. Looking to throw it on first down. Grab down the middle. It's Miller. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass. And the offense will spend a timeout here with 20 seconds on the clock. Getting set. Here's second down. And the quarterback dropping back. Locates the tight end. It's complete. And the offense will spend a timeout. Just 14 seconds left on the clock.
Well, the defense loads up to show blitz, and anytime they bring that kind of pressure, the quarterback knows he's got to be able to get the ball out of his hands quickly. Nice job of locating the tight end for that first down.
The Buffaloes looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. On first and 10, looking to throw. Bringing nowhere to go here, and the ball is knocked loose. The offense falls on the fumble, keeps possession. And a timeout stops the clock with 8 seconds remaining. This offense faces a 2nd and 15. The O-line needs to regroup. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. He's going to take off. Tries to get to the marker with his legs, but comes up a little short on the scramble. Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.
Yeah, more and more pressure will grow as this team continues to win football games, but you and I have been around this team all year long. So impressed with the emotions and how they're able to contain themselves, stay focused on the task at hand. They did that again today. They advance. Cannot wait to watch and see what they can do next week.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.